I love Relativity. I love Ron Kavanaugh and the cause. So it's just always good to be here and support it, especially with friends, and they're making a big difference.
I think it's a really important and amazing foundation, so I'm very happy to be here and support. Well, I didn't realize how enormous the Susan G. Komen Foundation is, and that they're second to the government, I think, in terms of their support to breast cancer research, so I think that's pretty gargantuan. Yeah, I think it affects 1 in 9 or 11. I mean, the statistic is ridiculous, and unfortunately, yes, it has affected me. My grandmother is a survivor, so I'm very fortunate to say.
And that smile right there.
So I think that if you just go after what you want and you're passionate and you're exploited and you're an alpha woman,
Jaimie, one more smile.
as long as you just go for it.
For me tonight, it's important to be here to support this organization because as a woman and as I'm here for many women who can't be here tonight, it's just the least I can do to be here and be of some support for that.
Oh, it's extraordinary. First of all, as a woman, I think the Susan Komen Foundation has done phenomenal leaps and bounds to helping eradicate breast cancer all over the world. And the fact that this program is now alive and well, and we can all help being in a better position than certain other people with breast cancer. You know, the 1-for-1 program, I think it's just extraordinary to support that. I do very much. I do believe in testing for genetics. I believe in testing for different allergies. You know, different friends of mine have found out recently that they're celiac, that they do have the gene for breast cancer, and then you are more educated to make a smarter choice, you know, for the better of your life. I think we've all unfortunately been affected with someone who has a form of cancer in you know, all of our lives. So any horrible, you know, disease like that makes someone want to come out and support. So yes, definitely, I would hope everyone's personally touched.
Angie, that smile right here.
Everything that is related to breast cancer, because of family issues that we had, because in general around the world, I mean, it's one of those cancer that still kill a lot of people, and I think we're very close to really find something that will change the game. I'm decided because finally,
What do you want to do? Or get people?
One more time with that stop sign up here.
worked out that we're not. I mean,
I'm a cancer survivor. I had cancer this past year, so any kind of cancer events, and breast cancer, I had thyroid cancer, and I just support anybody who has it and can get through it.
I totally believe in genetic testing. It's definitely socioeconomic, but it's also, even for someone who has the money to get tested, it's expensive. I mean, I should be getting tested and it's expensive. And unless my mom's been tested, which she hasn't, I have to pay out of pocket. So we should be raising money for this. Women everywhere, shouldn't matter what your socioeconomic background is, should be able to be tested for free. Simple as that.
This is an incredibly special night for Susan G. Komen. We have the entire community here coming together, Pathway and Relativity, and really making it an event where we can tell people our story, tell what we need to do, and tell about the urgency of what's going on in the world of breast cancer. Breast cancer, some people have said there's so much awareness about it that, you know, the problem's solved, but it's not. It's not when there are 1.5 million people who are getting this disease every year around the world and 500,000 people dying of it. So much more to do.
Sure, yeah, so Pathway Genomics is partnered with Susan G. Komen on this fundraiser to raise awareness about breast cancer and things we can do to prevent breast cancer. 1 in 8 women become affected with breast cancer in their lifetime, and through the use of genetic testing, preventative genetic testing, we can avoid many tens of thousands of cases of breast cancer. So we want to raise awareness about the things that can be done to prevent breast cancer.
Particularly with underserved communities, they just don't get the care, they don't get the early screening, and early screening and early treatment makes all the difference in survival.
Tonight is really the announcement of a $10 million donation that Pathway's making for free genetic testing through our 1-for-1 program. So for each genetic test that's ordered by a physician, Pathway will donate 1 genetic test for women in need to make this testing, accessible to all women, regardless of their income or access to insurance.
You seem like you had moved on.
Both Pathway and obviously Susan B. Combs are working on a mutual cause, which is obviously Susan B. Combs and Pathway both towards the end of breast cancer. And everybody's very focused on a cure for cancer, but the truth is that if we can actually prevent it, then that's better than a cure. And that's what Pathway is very focused on, obviously with having the BRCA and BRCB tests, and obviously pairing up with the Susan B. Combs Foundation couldn't be kind of a better match for, let's prevent it rather than actually try and stop it. And I couldn't be more excited to be kind of helping to bring the two together and putting together two causes that are looking for the same mutual end goal, which is amazing. Well, so for myself personally, my grandfather died of cancer. My best friend last year died of cancer, and it's obviously, I think everybody in their life. I think in men, 1 out of 2 men will get cancer, 1 out of 3 women will get cancer. In breast cancer particularly, I want to say it's like every 60 or 80 minutes, someone dies of breast cancer. So in general, the reason I got involved with Pathway was just to help, obviously, preventative overall with what I consider to be probably the greatest threat to human beings. But with Pathway and Susan B. Combs, it's really going after something that afflicts obviously a very large part of the female population, and something that right now, if it goes too far, there's no hope for. And this is a really great hope, which we've seen with some of the biggest celebrities, and our goal is to be able to bring it to the mass population.
She's finished. Really are very passionate about soccer. Hi.
Yeah, I played. This is the best one. Right in front of you guys together. Ready, set. Sophia, straight ahead. Sophia, you gotta get that smile over here. Sophia. Beautiful. Sophia, smile down here.
Get a little bit tipsy.